What's up guys, it's Mike back again today, MF Vape. Thanks for tuning into the channel, hope we're all doing very well indeed. Right, today guys, we've got a dual coil RTA, and this is from Newgen Vape, and it's called the Meson RTA. Here it is, we've got it sitting on top of the Druga Foxy by Org Vape. A nice little matchup, this little setup here. Been getting on with this combination a lot recently. But anyway, we're going to go first down to the table. I'll show you the packaging that the Meson comes with. We're going to throw a build in this one today, of course. And then we'll come back up top and I'll give you my thoughts on the Meson RTA. Okay, see you down there in a bit. Right, down at the table we've got the Newgen Meson RTA. There's the website at the bottom there. Quick look on the sides, we've got the Facebook and the Instagram pages. On this side we've got stainless steel black or rainbow. I have the stainless version. We've got scratch and check authenticity there. On this side it just gives you a little bit more information. It does come with a spare 4ml bubble tank. Newgen on this side. And go on to the back. A little bit more information about where it's made, etc. The Shenzhen Newgen Tech Co address. And we've got the kit contents there, along with your usual type of warnings. We've also got the thumb inserts to help you remove the lid. Now inside you'll find this very small instruction manual. There's also this baggie here. We've got a couple of fused Clapton coils, it looks like. We've got 4 spare gold-plated hex style grub screws. We do get a Allen key as well. An 810 to 510 drip tip adapter and 3 spare O-rings. Also included is this 4ml bubble tank. Right, so here is the RTA then. As you can see on the chimney we have got Meson. Looks like it's just laser etched or printed on there. We'll look at the top first though, and we do have an 810 fitting drip tip. Now if you look just in the top, you've got the usual O-ring in there, so most of your 810s will fit and I've had no problems at all. We'll just try one for you. Here's one off the Farris RDA. Sits on there nicely. This one's from the Kylin V2. Yeah, no dramas at all. So I would say that most of your 810 fittings will fit nicely on this one. So you notice around the top we have got a little bit of knurling on there. It does help you assist with the top fill on here. So you just unscrew it like so. There's the O-ring around the top to help make the seal. We've got nice threads on this one too. 2 very nice size juice filling ports to fit on either side. This is where the airflow goes, so don't fill down the centre. Right, so we've got near enough 7mm for the bore on this. So screw the top back on. Lovely threads. We have got adjustable airflow on the bottom. A little bit of knurling again to help you use the adjustable airflow. And we have got a stopper on either side, and what you adjust on one will be the same on this other side. So a quick look on the bottom, we've got Meson there, the usual markings, and we've got designed by Newgen Tech, and there's this serial number. Now we've got a gold plated copper 510 pin, I presume, and we've also got the peak insulator surrounding it, but it doesn't protrude very much, so I would not advise using this one on a hybrid mechanical device. So to unscrew from the base, quick look inside the chimney. So we've got a nice bit of banking doming going on, which does help assist with getting better flavour out of these RTAs. There you can see the threading on here, which is really nice threading on this one. So it comes with this 2ml tank, so I've been using the 4ml most of the time because it obviously holds more e-liquid. Right, on to the deck section then. So the stand I've got here is a Diddy Gaff stand that you can purchase from Facebook, but as you can see we've got a fully gold plated deck on this one, and we've got 3 squares of 9 holes, and I do believe they're around about 1mm each, so we've got nice honeycomb airflow slots. We've got 4 Wickham ports here, this is where your cotton goes, so you have dual coil, one on either side, mounted like so. Got the grub screws on there, so 2 facing down, 2 from the side, which does mean that the lead on the bottom does get slightly twisted, which is a little bit of a con, but it's not such a problem if you use a coiling rod. So we have got the GTA style slightly raised deck, and this is where the cotton will be hanging. So I tend to cut it nice and short, much like the dam method, and you get the best wicking with this particular one. So nice beefy fat O-ring there to help make the seal. So let's throw a little build in this one now. Right, for today's build we're using some rolling fog modern coils, handmade coils. We've got tricoil fused Claptons, nichrome 80 with a stainless steel outer wrap, and these are 2.5mm internal diameter and should come to around 0.22 ohm per coil. So aiming for around 0.1, 0.11 ohms with the pair of coils. So here's a little look at one of the coils. You can purchase these from Facebook, very reasonable prices. So yeah, do check it out. Also today we are using the coily tool, which is a must really for anyone that uses rebuildables. I've got the personalised one here that you can purchase from Facebook, but you can get the regular version of the coily tool in lots of different vendors across the globe at the moment. So yeah, really good. So we're going to choose 5mm for this one. So just push your coil through like that, push it up flush, and then trim off the legs, and then there you have perfectly cut leg lengths. Right, so just notice we've got the peak insulator that does surround this positive block. So if you did take out the 510 pin, you could remove this block. So it's much like a velocity style deck. So you've got one coil up, one leg up here, one down here, and then the same on the other side. So post holes I've measured around about 2.3mm square. So not the biggest in the world, but they're more than ample for the sort of build that I'm doing here. So roughly around there should be fine, so we'll put it on a mod now. Right, so we've got it on the Aspire Sky Star here, and it's coming out at 0.1 ohms, so all good so far. So just bed this coil in. We don't need to have the legs that are very long at all with this wick, so we're just going to do the bow tie effect. Right, as ever, just make sure that the cotton isn't touching the airflow slots here, because you will get leaking out of this bottom airflow tank. Right, so you can now grab your top cap, twist one way and then the other. Just check the resistance, so it's still on 0.1 ohm. And now we're ready to vape. So that's the Meson RTA, cooled and wicked up. So let's go back up top and I'll tell you what I think about it. Right, back up top with a Meson RTA. What do I think of this one then? Well, let's go on to the build quality and fit and finish and all of that jazz. Well, it's a very well machined RTA, like a lot of the ones that I've been getting this year in 2018 have all been of the same sort of ilk. We've got very nice threads on the top and bottom here, screwing it back on the base. We've got no problems at all. There is the seals on this aren't the best in the world. I do notice a little bit of moisture coming out around the outside of the glass. And you'll also notice that on the bottom of the tank, sometimes you do get a little bit of moisture. A lot of it does depend on your wicking, but it can also be condensation because you're running like a hot corn on there, which can cause condensation underneath. But if any of your wicks are touching those 9 honeycomb airflow slots on either side, it will tend to leak out of the airflow slots, which could find its way underneath the base. So you just need to be a little bit careful. Now, the airflow control ring is a little bit loose in my opinion. I would have liked it to have been a little bit more restrictive, so maybe some more beefy O-rings, because that's the other thing you got to think of with these tanks. A lot of the ones where you can't actually pull the airflow control ring off, I'm thinking, like, does some of the liquid actually leak from like the join under here as well onto the underneath of the base onto the mud? Like, this is only very minimal, like if I ever do notice any of these in this e-liquid, and it just takes a little wipe with a piece of tissue or something like that, and then you put it back on. But it's an inherent issue with any bottom airflow tank. Like, I have the same issue with the Kylin V2, the stacked RTA from time to time, even the FP I've noticed on the odd occasion, but it's not very often. So yeah, you do really need to nail your wick and make sure you've plugged the juice ports by using like the dam method. Like, if you do notice that it does, like, it's pissing out e-liquid, you maybe need a little bit more cotton. But if you put too much in here and you have it too long in the ports, then the juice hasn't got room to wick up properly. You might find that you get dry hits. Now, I haven't experienced dry hits at all with this. I just think it wicks like a champion, this one. But like I say, it's a little bit moist around the glass area, so you just need to bear that in mind. But if you've got a lot of RTAs and loads of O-rings, maybe try a couple of 24mm O-rings, like the fatter versions, and it might sort out any of the sort of leaking issues. But we'll get on to the performance now. We'll have a little vape and we'll put it at put the airflow fully open, and we'll put it up to 75 watts. Here we go. If you're after clouds, this does produce plenty of vapor. And we've got the airflow fully open, but of course there is going to be a little bit of restriction there because we've got the 9 honeycomb airflow slots on either side. So what's my rating out of 10? Right, with 10 being the widest open, I would say this is about 7.5 maximum out of 10. I do tend to like to restrict it down to by a third or even a half. We'll put it halfway now. Oh, it's a nice vape, this one. really smooth airflow you get from it. We'll knock the wattage down a little bit, put it down to 65, and then we'll put the airflow about a quarter open. Smooth across the board basically with this one. It's really does give a nice vape, so it's just up to you. Dial in whatever airflow preference you wish, but you're getting smooth airflow wherever you put it. I tend to have it about half open, or maybe just a third shut off is the best for me. So what about that flavour then? Well, let's just give it one more puff and then I'll tell you. Absolutely banging the flavour on this one. If you like your restrictive draws and you like top flavour, then I highly do recommend this particular tank. Now, I did a bit of a taster test on one of my live shows recently, and I had my 5 favourite RTAs, which I believe my favourite of the year. We had the Kylan V2, we had this one, we had the Core RTA, the FP, and the Stacked RTA. Now, this one came 4th out of the list, but it's the 4th best RTA for me of 2018. It really is a cracking flavour, and I do like vaping on it, because if you want a bit of restriction, you just fancy a nice, you don't have to have the wattage up too high. I've got it on 65, quite often run it about 58 watts on a 0.1 ohm coil. It's just a really nice vape. It's not offensive in any way. You can just dial the wattage up and down, the airflow up and down as well, and I just think it's a cracking RTA. Now, there's the seeping issue on it. It's not catastrophic or anything, but I just need to point that one out. So it has got a con or two, this one, but the overall build quality, it looks pretty tidy. Looks better with a straight glass probably, but you're only getting 2 mil of e-look capacity. With this one you're getting 4 mil, so that's the way that I've been rocking it. So yeah, this one overall for me does get a big thumbs up. So this one was kindly sent over, well, it wasn't sent over, it was kindly stolen by me off Mark Roberts at the Vapor Expo at the end of October. He was giving away a few of his items over there, so I said thank you very much. So yeah, cheers for that one, Mark, and otherwise known as TVP, the Vaping Postman. So big thanks to you, Mark, for that. So if you did enjoy the review, guys, please give it a little thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, consider subscribing and hit the little bell notification as well, and then you'll be notified of all my latest videos. Now, I've got my own website too. It's mfvape.co.uk, and you can also find me on social media. We have Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. So until next time, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Okay, cheers.